Got a good old bunch. I think we've got 9 drivers here today, technically, because us two are commentating. So we've got MKG, Bort, Wolf, Flayboy, Madman Sam, Solitius, Razy, a Phone, a Red, and a Dan Z. Not a phone, but you know, it's fun.
Yeah, that is a phone. I had to mute my mic.
That's a phone again.
Yeah, I'm
That phone
sorry.
likes you. That's a good phone. Sorry for
I
the
know it
phone.
does.
That phone is going to get in trouble after this because my phone's also just gone off on me.
Yeah.
If you're also wondering, we are not streaming on the official Gavra channel yet because none of us have the password or anything. So we're streaming on this channel and the other channel. I'm going to make sure my mic audio is actually good because no, mine are probably terribly bad.
Yeah. I fixed my, gaming headset or whatever, what I used to talking into, because when I did the interview, I used, the bass one they gave me, which has terrible mic quality, so, I fixed it luckily, so that should be good for commentating purposes again.
As you'll probably guess, mine isn't very good for commentating because it will make very loud noises very suddenly. My sneeze is just somewhere. I feel a sneeze coming, but it's still not
Yeah.
coming yet. If you want to know, I almost sneezed earlier and it's still not here. It really hurts. It's like an abysmal pain. We're on board Wolf right now in fourth, coming down the hill. I don't know all the corner names here, though I know that's a mistake when I see one. And he's gone
Oh, and
around
off the
in a
track he
circle.
goes.
Right, let's see if we can find the stream on my phone. There's a very close accident there. Where is
Yeah,
the
same
stream on
livery.
my phone?
And cuts the chicane. Something I've just noticed is first time of qualifying has gone in by MKGSK or SX Dub Club. That is a 155 in the Corvette. Looks like a very fast time, but on the second lap he runs off track.
Yep. Well, I'm on my phone and it's waiting for the actual stream to acknowledge it wants to start on me, which is always fun. There we go. I think we're now live on my phone. Yes, we are. And hello to Cadwell, who joins us, who is the other commentator, who is, yeah. Yep, so MKG definitely goes far. 155, it's a good banker lap, I think. Razy smashed that by 9 seconds, so I'll be quiet.
Ooh. A new time has just been set, and I'm not sure if you just saw it, by the Cadillac driver, Razy Real, a 145.7, and that is to be 7 seconds faster. I do believe so.
9.917. Close enough.
Okay.
Close to 7. 8. So soup. Just 8.
On my screen it read incorrectly, so.
So if you want to know a few stats about this track, well, you will probably know what this track's about and the history of a certain day. Well, certain 3 days in May in 1994. You probably know all about that. So I don't think we need to go on about that. If you don't know about that, then don't go on YouTube. It's not very nice. It's horrible. Red 15 goes quickest though right now by a 1.561 there. So a 144.1. So great lap by him. As Wolf goes round again at the back of the field. Struggling. The person who in the pre-season almost won the race is having a torrid time around him a lot. He doesn't like this track. I know that for a fact because on the F1 games he crashes into the wall all the time on F1 2013. So that's how I know.
I forgot they had classic tracks on 2013, so that's why they had San Marino. But he did just set a time that is third quickest, a 148.4. So.
Yep, well, that is correct. Our weekly day Borts. Yep, Borts meanwhile 21.543 seconds off the pace.
Kind of curious what happened. I mean, I'm looking at everyone else's times. I mean, the lowest I saw was a 155, which was the first time set in qualifying today. But seeing a 2:05, that is a little unexpected. I mean, I'm not usually here every week, like it's my first time, so I don't know everyone. But seeing the time difference between fourth and fifth, that was probably a lap that he made a couple mistakes on, and it did not invalidate his lap. So I feel like he's going to try and improve on that. He'll probably get a better time towards the end of qualifying.
Indeed. Well, this lap doesn't seem to be very good, a 37. So, of course, these drivers in Group B, which is mainly because of two groups here. They've got A Group, which is on Tuesday, and B Group, which is today. Both of which can bring up some brilliant races. As you probably, if you were there, you probably can guess I died in it, physically, mentally, inside, because I had a cold. It didn't really have a cold. I kind of had a dizzy spell, which isn't very nice. Meanwhile, Bort's going off again as I ramble on.
Yeah, I mean, looking at it, for the past 2 or 3 laps, I've seen him miss his braking zone, and for that chicane, that's something he needs to get down for the race, because if you keep doing that, one, you're going to fall back in the pack, and two, you're not going to be able to keep up with him, and if he should try and practice that qualifying, nail that under, so by the time it's, race time, he can follow everyone else's braking marker and try and create some passes, but for now, he's stuck in 5th, 10 seconds off the pace of the car ahead in 4th.
Indeed, and he's gone down to second fifth, so that's Solitius going up into third, 47, only 3 there. So, as I was saying, this group of cars is going to be a little bit spaced out, of course. You don't expect them to be as close as other groups, of course, and seem to say only 8 drivers, I think, actually here today, which is a shame. I think a few more may turn up, so we'll keep you updated on that. There's a bit of lag, and like I said, I think someone has joined us, actually. Yep, Flayboy's here.
Yeah, I'm looking at the time. The time that he did set earlier was a 1:47 in 3rd place, but something I really noticed about the qualifying order, the top 3 are all, I believe, General Motor cars, because that's a Chevrolet in 1st, 2nd a Cadillac, and back in 3rd is again another Corvette.
Yeah.
But, the Audi breaks it in 4th, and then back to 5th is a GM, and so yeah, there's only really a couple cars, but I do see one car exiting the pits, that is Playboy in the McLaren.
Yeah.
Does not have a time yet.
Indeed, I think that's Madman Sam going up to second there, a 44.9, and that's a McLaren in the wall there, straight out of the pits. And I think is disconnected straight away, so that's not what you want to see here. Looking down here, so pretty sure a few things about this track I do know. I'm pretty sure the last chicane's been redeveloped in the recent years. So I'm pretty sure, and correct me if I'm wrong, that used to be a chicane there like 4 years ago, and I think they've made it back to kind of a lot faster actually. That's very fast now from the last corner, because I remember pretty prominently back on, of course, 2013, probably before that on the F1 2006 game, they used to have a chicane there. It was horrible. I'm pretty sure it's still there actually. We'll go and find someone who's in there.
I mean, what you mentioned a little bit earlier about the chicane, I mean, back when F1 raced here up until 2006, I believe, when they stopped racing, they did have the chicane for the final corner, and obviously there's a second path that they can have to the track where they can just go full on of what they do now in the Gt3 series of what we're watching. It's just flat out to the line once you get off that final corner. So if you go on board with red here, you can see the part of the chicane there, you know, got redeveloped, and now it's a full throttle straight to the line. So they did redevelop it, but you know, you can still use the chicane. So that is a great thing about this track, that you can still use some old parts of it.
Indeed. Well, of course, not only using that bit there on the gravel there at turn number 1, or coming towards this turn number 2, of course, if you don't remember, back in 1994, and especially, well, 1995, it was redeveloped after, well, what happened in 94? Well, I presume you know what happened, but I'm going to say Ayrton Senna and Roland Ratzenberger and their tragic fatalities on that tragic day in F1, of course. The main reason all F1 tracks are now a lot more safe and have a lot more chicanes in them. Remember that. If you see a chicane, it's probably because of safety.
Yeah, I mean, looking back at that incident that you mentioned, I mean, with Roland Ratzenberger and Ayrton Senna, again, it was in the same weekend. A lot of people think it was just Ayrton Senna, and when I was younger, I always thought it was, until I looked up in the history books. You know, And it was unfortunate because I believe, during either practice or qualifying when we lost Roland Ratzenberger, and something that you did not know, that when Ayrton Senna finished the race, no matter where he finished in the San Marino Grand Prix '94, he had the Austrian flag in his car that he was going to wave at the end of the race, and unfortunately he never got to that. So, that's a fact I found online. But in the middle of that, and second place has gone up to Wolf in the middle of our blabbering.
Yep, just checking the audio quality there, and it is actually quite good, so that's good. Well, also, a little fact you probably did know about that weekend. Did you know about another Brazilian called Mr. Rubens Barrichello, who also nearly died here? Oh, Dan Z,
Yes.
exactly the same spot actually there. Going off that, out of the chicane, letting the car of the caddy through. No, that's the Corvette, not the caddy. I always get those two somehow mixed up. Good old American machines. Right, so we've got a mix of European and Americas here, which is good. We've got quite a nice mix actually today. We've got a not only, actually we haven't got any BMWs here today, which is good. Lads, what happened yesterday in Formula C? Soup actually had to go, and I was still recovering from a dead throat, so that is what happened there.
Yeah, not exactly sure how much time we have left in qualifying, but something I did notice is that the McLaren, one of the McLarens, got back on track. I think it was Flyboy getting back out on track because he does not have a time. And speaking about him, he runs off track and into the wall, into the barrier.
He's gone again. It's disconnected. We've got lag issues because Dan
yep.
Z's lagging as well. So I think this is a terminal issue. Soup said it's late and logged off with 13 laps. Who won? Pretty sure. Ooh, huge impact there. That's Dan Z. Massive impact in the wall there. He's ripped off the front of the car and disconnected us. We've got problems here then.
So we have 7 drivers now. Very odd. And someone off the track as well, the Cadillac of Razy Real.
Yep, I think we may restart the session because that's the host I think's disconnected. It just now red. So referring back to that, I think. Pretty sure the grid ended up being exactly like it was after Soup left, and Solitius flying across the last chicane. Well, not the last chicane, yeah, I think it was the last chicane. So, yeah, the race did end up at the same positions as it was originally at the time there. I'm perfectly correct. I'm not sure, so don't quote me on that as well.
Yeah. Something interesting I'm noticing now in the first sector, you look at the Audi of Wolf, his car is just torn up into pieces. It sort of looks obliterated. I mean, it's still in one piece. But when he exited the pits, his crew decided not to fix it, which I have no clue why, as he's going to try and set a time on this car.
Yep,
I'm not sure if you're seeing this, but...
I'm seeing a very nice gleaming car with no damage on it. It's a little glitch on the game.
Okay.
Oh, there's a car in the wall behind us, Lo. Who's that gone off? MKG's gone off, however, in the background. He's kept the car out the wall, I think. Good stuff on him. It's a little bit of a glitch.
Okay.
The visuals, so don't worry about that. You'll know if a car has damage because they won't be in a straight line at all. So only 7 people in this session now, so I think we're losing people as a Wolf hitting the curb very heavily. Keeps it in a straight line, however, so good up the hill there as well. So, of course, going back on what we were talking about earlier about track changes, did you know for the '94 Belgian Grand Prix they put a chicane up El Rouge?
Yeah, I did read up on that. I was kind of curious because one of my friends that I know told me about that, and I was like, did they really? And I looked it up, and it's quite interesting what they tried to do.
Indeed, we developed quite a lot of tracks in '94 to desperately make them slow down. Of course, the week after, actually, I think it's been a week or 2 after, in the Monaco Grand Prix, I can't remember who it was, but one of the Sauber cars, I can't remember which driver it was, hit the wall down at the chicane. Of course, that chicane we obviously know has had a few horrible incidents. Of course, Button, we've had, I think, Coulthard's crashed there if I'm correct, and of course, most notably, Sergio Perez as well in the recent years has crashed, isn't he, at that chicane?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And also Luca saying, who is your comprende or something Italian? my comrade. Comrade, it is the one and only Alan, who is from AOR, as we like to say the AOR bit a lot.
Yep, in the middle of that, whoa, McLaren spins. I was gonna say, who was it? Madman put himself in a second place, 143.3, and in the middle of that, he spun on the penultimate corner of the track. He's gonna keep it going though.
Indeed. So quite a lot of mistakes now. We're going back to that mistake with Madman. It's it seems that quite a lot of the Gt3 cars have been going off there. We had, of course, if you don't remember, last time here we had quite a few cars. We had I think it was Gt3 spinning. Yeah, Gt3 spinning multiple times in that corner, especially here at the first corner, Tamburello. I think it's called Tamburello still, but spinning there was quite easy to do.
And I was gonna say, I mean, I remember the order originally, it was usually just the GM cars up in the top 3, but still, the Corvette holds the pole, which is red, and then after that, it's a little diversity after that, because you have the McLaren in second, and the Audi in third, and then it goes back to the Corvette in fourth and fifth. Sixth is back down to the Cadillac, and that actually sums it up.
Indeed.
Now there's a couple of others.
Hello to the official Gavra League, who I presume is either Super or Barry joining us in the chat. There, so that's good to see on there. Let's see who we're going to look at here. They've got Mario Sounds back on the track, clear ahead of one of the Cadillacs, which is good to see. Well, I'm not going to go back to say this. There isn't actually, and this is very rare, there is no BMW Z4s apart from me, and there's a car in the wall, I think, there. Somewhere. Was there someone on the wall? We've got Razy across the grass, so that's probably explaining what's going on there.
And into the garage.
Indeed. Well, this is what's going to go back to this track. Oh, Mario and Sam again. That's a problem there with the rear. It's an easy thing. He snapped the rear, got on board of him there.
Yeah, Madman spun, and speaking of Madman, he got demoted to third because Wolf knocked him back down. He set a faster lap, 1/10 faster. A 1:43.2. That'll put him back. That will put himself back in second place.
Indeed. Looking at the comments, brakes have to be just right temporarily. Yep. If the brakes are a little bit, because the car, if you don't know, the car does dip down. There's a bit of a bump down to Tamburello, and where it is quite narrow, it's really easy just to get the car unsettled. And once you get the car unsettled there, it's a one-way trip, either to the gravel or the barrier at the speed they go in there.
But you tried to mention one other thing. I cut you off when the spin with Madman.
Yeah, go back to looking on this track. This is one of the only tracks I think I know that's not a street circuit that has literally buildings going around the track at the last penultimate corners. It's really cool to see, of course. It's just one of the most amazing shots, because if you'll just wake up in the morning and just suddenly thousands of cars going past, or motorbikes as well. 'Cause I think MotoGP, I think, come here as well. No, they go to the other San Marino track.
Yeah. Something very interesting I found with this track. This track is located in Italy, not San Marino. San Marino is down south of where the San Marino or Imola circuit is. They do call it the San Marino Grand Prix because back then in F1, you could not have a Grand Prix in the same country and call it the same thing. Because back then in the United States, they had the United States West Grand Prix, and they also just had the U.S. Grand Prix. And now they might have the Grand Prix of America. Back then in San Marino and Monza, two tracks in the F1 that were on the same country, they had to call this one the San Marino Grand Prix, while they called Monza the Italian Grand Prix. So that's why some people refer to this as San Marino. But then again, this is in Italy, nearby a San Marino. So, little fact for you.
Oh yes, and as well, we just want to say is this track, of course, if you didn't know, haven't kept up to world news, Nicky Hayden, of course, passed away last week, I'm pretty sure. And this was his last track as well, so I am feeling a little bit of a edgy feeling about this track as well from that, because it seems all the great drivers seem to come here, and that is their last race, and that's a real shame to say. But we do race, of course, all hope and all support to the Hayden family, of course, after this tragic time indeed.
Yes, the thoughts go out to his family. I mean, that happened last week. It's very sad because, you know, a great racer taken from us just like that. It happens every year, sadly. And you look at it, I remember last year, a couple of drivers taken from us, very, very great drivers. And I know even in recent years, it was like Justin Wilson, I remember Brian Clausen, again, a lot of great drivers, and Jill Bianchi lost their lives. And it's a surreal moment because you have to look at it. This is racing, and in real life, it's dangerous. Like you mentioned, Ayrton Senna and Roland Ratzenberger, two drivers lost in one weekend. It's a little sad, but it's racing. It's dangerous, and that's what the drivers sign up to do. And you know, a lot of people have to give them the credit because they strap themselves into the cars every race, knowing, you know, how bad could anything happen. And that's what's been happening, even with the safety enhancements over the last couple of years. Again, stuff like this always happens, but this wasn't even in racing. This was an accident that happened off the circuit, I believe.
Yep.
With Nicky Hayden.
Got hit by a car. Of course, going back to things, if you didn't know, the hell just happened? There's a car. There's a driver floating. Oh no. There's a floating driver who's so sudden just change the mood. If you didn't know, just random point. Up to Indianapolis, Indy 500 qualifying, the whoever got pole, can't remember his name.
Scott Dixon.
Scott Dixon and Frank Keaty.
Yeah,
they were
Keaty.
held at gunpoint. They got held at gunpoint at whilst they were getting food by some kids.
Yeah.
That's
and yeah, that's that. Again, that's
scary.
The things that come to the place that when you're a racing driver and you're popular. Again, people recognize you, and at the same time, you'll have a lot of fans. There'll be a lot of people that don't like you. And again, on to that point about Michael Schumacher and Mick Schumacher last week, his family got threatened if this person did not get paid $900,000. He'll make sure that Mick Schumacher, again, Michael Schumacher's son, I believe, will crash in the race or the season that he runs on. I think it's a 3.5 European series.
Formula.
But again,
yeah,
it's a threat. Yeah, it's a threat that he made against him, which is again very odd. I haven't seen this in a long, long time. But again, this is racing. Stuff like this happens, and you're gonna have to, you know, let it by. It's the real world basically, and this is again. So as we've been babbling away, nothing's really happened. I mean, Madman has held his position in third. MKG is still in fourth. Again, everyone has held their position. Flayboy did set a lap of 144.5, and Razy Real had in seventh. And I do believe we got two people back, so we have 9 drivers because it's out of 11. So we still have Dan who needs to set a lap, and he's ghosting on my screen. I don't even see him, but. Yeah. 4 is coming out of a track, a 147. So.
Indeed, having a few internet issues on the track, on the game, I think, because a few drivers are having very bad technical issues. Looking at here, what do you think will be the fastest lap? I think low 42s could be possible, but if the drivers get it correct, I think 43s, 44 is going to be around race pace here for most drivers. What is the fastest lap in your opinion? What, of all time around here, or in these cars?
Car off in the distance in the background, but like your question, in these cars, I would have to say, I don't know. Again, qualifying should be around the 142s, maybe 141.9 at least. I mean, at the best time that you can get, but at the same time, race pace, again, a couple seconds slower. So it should probably be 143s at best, and maybe 144s or 145. But then again, a couple people in the back of the pack, they can't even set those times. So again, their times would be slower. But at the same time, there are a lot of cars that can go a lot faster than the GT3s. So again, time at this track is beyond me, because with these cars, you know, they usually set around 140s. So with other cars, they could probably go 120s, 130s with, you know, open wheel cars. But
yeah,
even less than that.
Well, I'm pretty sure the fastest lap in an F1 car around here, I think so, 116, 117. It's about the same lap as around Monza's pace, because it's a very high-speed circuit as well. Talking about F1, Monaco, we've already broken the lap record by, I think, 1 or 2 seconds already.
Yeah, by Sebastian Vettel in
I
FP2.
think it was, yeah, I
so
think it might have
that's
been, yeah.
Very interesting.
So it just shows you how quick those cars are. I'm just going to bring an interesting fact here. Ferrari haven't won the Monaco Grand Prix since Michael Schumacher in 2001.
It's been a long time. I mean, looking at it, a lot of drivers with the capability of winning. Again, it's weird because Ferrari, the best car they ever had, in my opinion, were the days from 2000 to 2004. They only won it, you know. The last time they won it was 2001. Even they had the best cars in 2007, 2008, and maybe even 2006 as well. And they still couldn't win it. So that just goes to show that Monaco, it isn't down to the best car, it's down to the best driver. And with Sebastian Vettel getting the fastest time ever there at the track, and you know, it shows that he's a great driver at Monaco. He's won there before, and even back then in the past, Aaron Senna winning at Monaco 5 times in a row in consecutive races, and he's a 6-time winner there. And it shows the skill. Like, he won it in a McLaren back then in '93 and '92. Back then, when McLaren was a mediocre car, because I know before that they had like the MP44, and it was the best car. And once Prost left, it started to go downhill. But again, Monaco is down to driver skill, and that's what we've seen.
Yep, well, it's not all down to driver skill, of course. Well, if you do remember a certain race in '96, it's not down to driver skill, it's up to luck, and the weather can play a massive role, as you remember, '96. I think it's pretty sure '96 it is, isn't it? The one 4 cars. I think it's 3. Look who it is, it's Soup, here with 1 minute to go
there.
here. He's got 1 minute to get in, let's get him an invite, real quick. Spam invites.
Fine.
Yeah, is there a warm-up?
Yeah.
Yes, there's a 5-minute warm-up after qualifying.
I should be.
Good, let's make it panic. Well, I can hear a mic echo here, really badly all of a sudden.
Yeah, I hear the mic echo as well.
Yeah, well, someone has it on their stream. I'll turn my mic down a bit. There we go. That might help.
Is that better?
No, I still hear echo.
Oh.
And mine.
Let me turn my mic down as well, it might make things better. We'll have a
This is
while
the stuff we
first,
have to do on the fly, adjusting audio levels.
It's mended. It's definitely quieter.
Yeah, we can
I
deal with
still
that.
hear the echo.
I can hear it on my end as well.
Fine, it'll be perfectly fine. Don't worry, it's gonna be all okay.
Although it's stopped now, actually. No, never mind. I hear it.
Yep, you've got an invite. 30
Ignore it.
seconds.
We'll move on. We'll be fine.
Yes, we'll be fine.
Just ignore it. It did. Wait, no, it didn't exist. You didn't hear that.
Red
You didn't
currently
hear any of that.
quickest, Wolf second,
We've been
Madman
talking
third,
gibberish.
Solo 4th, MKG 5, Playboy 6, Racy 7, Dan 8, and Bortz 9. That's a good quality.
Who's on
there.
pole?
Rad 15 is pole from Wolf, Madman, Sam's 14th. So actually, whilst we're thinking it's going to be quite big, everyone's actually got within 4 seconds. It was at like 21 earlier. So good on them.
What's the track tonight?
San Marino. There you go.
Mmm, juicy.
Indeed, and this time I actually have 3 people I can talk to now, so my voice isn't gonna go, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Just let me know when quality stops so I can
It's
attempt
stopped
to
now.
get in.
It stops.
It's
Yeah, it already
Alright.
stopped.
Oh, I made it. Sweet.
Yep, you made it
I can
by
actually get in.
5
I'm
minutes.
so happy.
No, this is the moment I said, you
Hello,
cannot
everybody.
enter.
I'm here.
Yeah, I'll get your stream up, by the way, because you're not streaming on any of the channels.
No,
You're not going to risk your internet, are you, again?
no, and I don't think 3 people streaming at once will help the connections. Let's be honest here.
Let's be honest. We've been having some weird glitches already. There was a person floating
Yeah.
without the car. What were we talking about anyway, Alan? We were talking about the track, I think, or something.
Yes, we were.
I don't know. Were we? I can't remember.
Good. We talked about a lot of stuff during qualifying because nothing really has gone on during the session.
Indeed.
Good
Well,
memories of Imola.
Good, yeah.
You...
Yeah.
Oh, if you remember back to that infamous race, Formula B.
Yes. Formula
Cash
B.
on the last lap. Spins it out and disconnects in the lead of the race.
Yes. Well, anyway, I was just
Good memories.
thinking, yeah, of course, like, just, we're talking about, I remember what we're talking about. We're talking about safety in motorsport. Well, just thinking about, of course, Nicky Hayden and, like, MotoGP generally. He wasn't killed in, like, the most he was hit on his normal cycle by a car, which just doesn't happen. But, I'll be honest, I think, isn't motorbike racing now the most dangerous? Because they lose drivers every year still now, and, like,
I would assume it's most dangerous.
because of course they can't really protect the drivers as much as they can. I mean, they've got padding and all that, but if you're going off, of course.
I wouldn't say MotoGP would be the most dangerous. I think like the TT bikes, so you know, Isle of Man, those guys. Those guys were just crazy. Let's be honest here.
Well, if just remembering, because it was the Le Mans race, the Circuit of Bugattis, recently. There was apparently the biggest crash in MotoGP, the fastest crash in motorbike history there, because someone lost the rear and crashed into all at some 200 miles an hour.
Oh yeah, yeah. He was fine.
Yeah, he was fine because he jumped off the bike, and you know, if you don't jump off the bike, you're in a bad way. Cadell says no car's more dangerous. Well, it depends on the circumstance, really, to be honest, isn't it? Because if it's open wheel, it can be dangerous. If it's closed wheel, it can still be dangerous. Of course, bikes as well are even more dangerous.
Let me quickly get a stream up. Hold on. No, I won't. No, never mind. It'll ruin the connection. I've realised my mistake. I will not do that.
You will obey to your fellow commentators' wishes, like you just said 5 minutes ago. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Oh, Imola, the site of many deaths in F1.
Yep. And of course, the last race for Nicky Hayden.
Indeed, sad place, but a cool track.
Yes. Deadly, 60. Just always wanted to say that.
Dun 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 ding. Yeah. I haven't warmed up yet, so I'm don't know what to say. So.
Well, we can say this one
get into the groove.
One thing we can say: there's no BMWs here. No, nilts. Apart from me, I don't count.
Okay, so we got one Cadillac, a Corvette, a McLaren. No, there is a BMW. Oh, not just you. R8, Chevrolet, Corvette, McLaren, Cadillac, and that is it really. So, so it's Red 15 is on pole, you said, in the Corvette.
Yep, and then Wolf. So Wolf really showing good pace here. I mean, good luck, lads, says Dan.
Well, we know Dan is a great strategist. As we've seen in the past, he can run very long on his tyres and make them last.
James?
Turn 1 is going to concertina because of the width of the cars, of course. So it could be an interesting first corner.
The Cambarello's always been that track for big accidents.
Yep. How long have we got left to play? Oh, we're about to start. Would you look at that?
Yep, so in the warm-up, Soup is fastest with a 0 lap there. Legendary stuff. Is there a big echo in the thing?
It doesn't matter. All we can say now is grab your popcorn, ladies and gentlemen. We are going racing. So it is time. What round is this? Round 1, 2, 3,
Round
4.
1, yeah.
Round number 1 of the GT3 is about to get underway. Those light up. And it is lights out and away we go. And in with that now, have they got off the line cleanly? It appears they have. And Wolf has got an amazing start. He's in the lead of the Grand Prix off the line. We got Red following, Madman Sam third, NKG fourth, Razy now dropping down to 6th in the Cadillac. They all get through turn 1 reasonably well. There's a bit of contact in the background.
It's a concertina.
Madman Sam and NKG. Yeah, that's the concertina effect coming into play there. But Wolf, an amazing start. He's in the lead of the Grand Prix, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, indeed it is. Fastest straight away from Wolf. So again, showing he gets good starts. He led straight away from the pre-season as well. Indeed, so it was great pre-season. And Mama Sam up to 2nd. So there has.
Oh, we got a spinner, NKG.
Red's,
Whoa.
is Red's
In the
disconnected,
gra-
isn't he, or something? Where's Red gone?
No, he's in second. He's in second.
Oh.
I think we're about to have a move. We have, I
Gone,
believe, that's Flayboy looking around one of the Cadillacs. That appears. That's Razy.
Oh, there is
got
a
a
car
car
off.
going straight on.
Huge
That's down
impact.
the wall. Oh, that's a big impact.
No, it's
For the
lag. It's
Cadillac.
lag. It's lag spikes. We've got lag.
Never mind. It is the Gav lag. It is the Gav lag. It has struck again.
Yeah, that's
That's one thing you gotta learn here, Alan. Gav lag.
I was gonna say, is that like term I don't know?
Yes, it's a term you're gonna have to get used to. The Gav lag is when someone crashes and they haven't really crashed.
What's the weather? Sunny and looks to be sunny.
And also, if you see Gavra on track and he starts lagging, then it is also Gav lag. So yeah, that's where it came from.
That's where we've got the thing from.
So Red 15's now caught back up to Wolf, so he's going to be challenging in the Corvette shortly. But after one lap, it is Wolf who leads off the line. Red 15 in second, Madman Sam and the McLaren is third, Solus Leader in fourth, Razy in fifth, followed closely by Flayboy in the McLaren in sixth, Borch in seventh, MKG in eighth. And that rounds out your grid for now. As we have Dan. I think we've had Dan disconnect. Yeah, he's out.
Yeah,
so
Dan's disconnect. Wolf's made a mistake at turn at the Tamburello, so he's going to be under pressure here. He's already thinking about going defensive into the second chicane.
He is going defensive, and he's trying to hold that Corvette behind them of Red 15. Experienced driver is Red 15.
One's wide. Let's see. Red's going to have a little look here, don't you think?
Look at Wolf giving him the squeeze on the way in. Cheeky move. But I think Red 15 might have a better line out of the little corner, but I think that the RH just has a little bit more power in it to be able to power out of that corner.
Indeed, Alan, what do you think about this start then?
I mean, it was a fantastic start for many, but at the same time, I saw from third and behind, they were involved in a huge battle and allowed the two leaders to pull away. And right now, they're having one heck of a battle for the lead right now, blocking left and right.
Red's gone.
Running wide is the Corvette. Second lap
You
and already made a mistake.
Commentator's curse, man.
I do that in AOR, don't worry.
Razy's gone off as well. I think we have... no, he didn't. He's teleported back.
No, that's Gav lag. Never mind.
Well, Red's now host, and well, Red's been having mainly the reason I think he's lagging, because Red's now become host, which is problematic.
Well, it gives a chance for Wolf to get away, and just to say, they set the exact same lap time the previous lap, to the thousandth. That's impressive.
How do you do that on the first lap?
I don't know. That's impressive, but that'll probably change now. 145 versus, well, it's going to be slower, of course. 146 to Madman Sam's 145 again. So Madman Sam can't be ruled out here in the McLaren. We've three different manufacturers up the front right now in 1, 2, and 3. We've got Audi, we have Chevrolet, and we have McLaren.
Yep, then Chevrolet, McLaren, and Cadillac.
Cadillac, yeah. Now, don't rule Razy out of a podium, because he's done it before. He pulled an amazing strategy to get himself to third at Laguna Seca. And don't rule him out just yet. And Borchin is in 7th, followed by MKG in the Corvette in 8th.
Indeed, as I just pulled my leg there, and that really hurts. I'm clever.
A slide from Wolf coming through that corner there. That corner is very infamous. If you run a bit wide there, then you will get a slowdown penalty, and it is very, very annoying. And also here as well. Can't run too wide there. If you use too much of those curbs, you will get a slowdown penalty, and it's also very annoying. So, yes, it is a good track, but it can be very frustrating sometimes.
Yep, indeed, the braking zones are indeed. Well, no one's actually spun in the race so far at the last chicane, though knowing me, not the last one, the last corner, knowing my luck, there's going to be a huge accident now.
Evil, commentator's curse. Please.
Speaking about commentator's curse, catching back up to lead is at Red 15 at 28. Again, don't want to curse him at all, but he is making up lots of ground after his lap 2 incident. He's just going to have to maintain the pace with him and try and pass him down the straight or underneath the corner, and it should be good for Red 15 after he took pole today.
Indeed, it looks good for him right now. If he just keeps that pace up, he should be well within a position to take the lead off him. I mean, 9/10 quicker that previous lap, so he's on a charge in the Corvette. Wolf made a slight mistake there, I think. It was a little lock-up. I think he went a bit too deep. The gap sits at just over a second at the time. Madman Sam is lurking in the background, we're hoping these guys have an accident.
Oh, talking about accidents, Wolf's gone wide.
Yeah.
Don't curse it. Oh, well, I'm surprising to say though, Wolf has, despite how laggy the internet's been, he's not actually had any lag yet, which is surprisingly odd.
Yeah, that's a rare occurrence for Wolf, who, as we all know, lives in McDonald's and has McDonald's Wi-Fi as his internet. So, but he's doing well right now. He's holding steady, and I actually haven't seen Wolf lead a race in a long time, so it's good to see him up there.
No.
Well, I didn't do pre-season. That doesn't count.
Yeah, you didn't, did you?
Well, Red 15 is way closer than he was the previous time, so maybe he can just hold off until he gets to the main straight.
Oh,
Or maybe not. Oh, that was close. Almost running into the back of him there. So Wolf perhaps not getting the run out of the chicane he'd like. He's already going a little bit defensive, coming down towards the double right.
double
But surely
left.
this should be a move. Well, double left. He should get a nice run down the main straight. Let's see.
Not close enough for that. There'll be a dive bomb there. So Wolf leads. Red is second. We've got Madman, Solo, Playboy, Razy, MKG, Borks that is currently in the field right now. Not much going on down the field. There is a widing. Wolf getting actually a really nice line actually.
Yeah,
there.
Wolf was wide there.
But then again, didn't be compromising there. Red broke extremely early, so keeps around the same gap. Sitting behind and hoping something kicks off is Madman Sam behind, wondering if these two have a mistake, we can win this.
Madman Sam just been keeping the lap times up there.
And I'm noticing going through the hairpin now, going through the uphill turn. You look at Red 15, I mean, again, don't want to commentators curse him again, but after the last 2 laps, he's been right on his tail, and after that, he hasn't been able to close in on him and try and pass him. He's staying right behind him. So I'm not exactly sure if he's planning this on trying to get him through the pit stop phases, but then again, we have 38 laps remaining as he runs wide. He should just wait behind him and try and do this cleanly without risking anything.
Perhaps he's getting the effects of dirty air, perhaps, as he gets close. He's not able to stick behind them, gets a little bit of overheating, perhaps. Slipstream probably not as effective as he'd like, because Wolf is good in a straight line, as well as so they kind of equal each other out, really. But this will get interesting when it comes down to pit stop, as we saw in Formula C yesterday. Great pit stop battle between Cash and
Wolf's
Pirelli
off
there.
wide. Wolf off right.
Wolf
He's
was
going to have a
wide
look.
there.
He's even wider
Unless
there. They're
Wolf
going to be
can
side
try
by
him
side.
behind.
Wide
He runs
again.
them wide. Oh, that's
They're
going to be a
wheel
lot
to wheel now for the race lead.
Yep.
on the outside.
To the inside, though. I think that
He doesn't have the
that
straight line
Audi-
speed. Wolf's
the
still
Audi-
there.
The Audi's got too much
Going
speed.
with
in it.
defensive. Yeah, he's going defensive. Red can think about something. No, so
Wolf's
Wolf,
locked up. Wolf's
even
gone
after
straight on. He's gone
locked
straight
up.
on.
He's in the gravel.
Oh, he's
Wolf
right
in
off
the gravel.
track. The Corvette of Red takes the lead with Wolf's mistake.
Well, let's see if Wolf can catch back up, because he was matching him reasonably well the whole time there. So let's see if Wolf can somehow challenge again. That'll let Madman Sam to close up there, so he's there now. So this could get interesting for the lead here. He's really gained time. Soul Sleater also lurking in the background in the Corvette, and Flayboy's in 5th as well. So they're all reasonably close together. And then Razy a bit of a ways back as someone gets a call from the president. MKG is in 7th. And Borch is in a lonely 8th.
Rip it up saying, where's the streaming? Do you know what was said about Wolf lagging? Oh, Jesus Christ!
Oh my dear God!
Gavra or
no!
Gavlag.
Gavlag has struck. That is Gavlag, and the president's calling. Oh my God! There's stuff going on. I think Wolf got a slowdown penalty, and that's Madman Sam into 2nd. So either Wolf has terrible damage, or we jinxed
The phone call
the
of
lag again.
death. It's the phone call. Oh no.
Oh dear, this is.
Oh,
Wolf
this is
shouting,
the
"Run!"
one!
Oh my God! What's
Wolf!
happening? What's happening? Wolf's down to 4th now, so there's been a terrible accident. Oh no! Oh no! What the hell is going on?
A new level beyond Gavlag.
Is he 3rd or is he 4th? Is he
He's
3rd?
dead.
He's disconnected.
He's gone.
Put him back.
Is he third?
Oh,
Is he
dear.
fourth? And he's not here anymore.
Is he third or is he fourth? He's disconnected. That's the story
I'm
of
not
Wolf.
here to finish fourth. I'm here to disconnect.
Yeah, I'll tell you
Well-
what. He makes a good magician. Once you see him, now you don't.
You see no evil, be no evil. He's like John Cena. You don't see.
Well, we saw a great battle between them, but unfortunately, the McDonald's Wi-Fi has struck
Beaten.
again. Red 15 leads. Madman Sam second, followed by Solo Solita, who's now in third. So Playboy obviously had a mistake, or somebody had a mistake,
Bortz has
and
been
Razy's in.
lapped already.
Yes, he has. He took a pit stop, so there's obviously damage. MKG in 6th is catching Razy. He's catching Razy at a very high rate of speed. Almost 3 seconds quicker than in that previous time.
Lucas in our chat saying WTF. Yeah, sorry about that. Soup's fault. He came here and everything's blown up. It was the
Yeah.
president. Can we blame the president for that? Donald, I
Yeah.
knew you'd do it.
God's sake, got a call from the president midway through the stream, and that caused Wolf to lag. Oh well.
Moving on swiftly. Fred leads, Madman Sam second, Solo third, Flay fourth, Razy is fifth, and MKG is sixth. And bringing up the rear, it's Bort. No, it's not. He's gone off as well. He's not disconnected this time. So, at least we've got one Audi still here, right?
I guess.
Don't commentators curse at this time.
Well, you know, there at least... How many European... 1, 2, 3 European cars, and the rest is from the good old United States of America.
Well, at least we got to introduce Alan to Gavlag.
Yes.
I'm sure he's very happy about that. Soul Sleet is going off.
Yeah. The mighty turn up. Well, we always seem to have something dramatic going on with the running.
Hashtag better than AOR.
Hashtag nice lag.
Gavlag is best.
Well, just like all the good commentators always have a entertaining first race with some horrifying accident or lag. You'll be the latter. Drama.
I'm trying to think about my first commentary. There wasn't actually an horrific accident.
Mine there was. There was like a multi-car flip down into the first corner of the Hockenheim ring. The two, I can't remember. It was the original Lime team.
Okay, and then
Both died.
Barry's first one, the cash just kept crashing.
Yeah, Dorama's
And,
first
yeah,
one, that happened. We know what happened there.
And in Alan's first one, Wolf died, literally.
Yes. Well, he's San
Literally
Marino.
killed.
He's San Marino as well, which makes it.
That makes it even worse, actually.
I think we should swiftly move on there. Well, Bortz is going to end up in a wall if he's not careful there on the grass down into the last corners. Past the, like I said, the only track I know that has just you wake up in the morning and there's houses, and Bortz has gone and taken the trip to the Armco.
Unfortunately, I think this is going to be one of those races where we sit back and just follow the leader for a little while.
Well, we're doing that. We can turn it into a little bit of a Q&A, or just a little bit of a random chat about motorsport.
I guess we can. Big weekend of motorsport this weekend.
To watch the Monaco Grand Prix because I live in America. Then in the afternoon should be the Indy 500, and then to finish out the night, since I live in America, I usually tend to watch the Coca-Cola 600 in NASCAR for a while, and that usually finishes up my night.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much my day. It's just going to be Indy 500 and Monaco.
It's a random question, but do I suddenly sound a lot better? Is my audio suddenly just changed dramatically because I just put something on, I just put some foam on my mic.
We just kind of quietened it.
Oh, I'll just turn it up then. Right, that's
Oh,
me
well.
working. So some foam on my mic means I should be less poppy.
Yeah, it's a pop filter.
Yeah, it's just a random bit of foam from another mic I just nicked and put on this one. So, to Lucas in the chat, if that's any better, do say.
Well, Red 15's just kind of cruising around in first right now.
Indeed. Well, where were we talking about motorsport? I know, big weekend, MotoGP, not MotoGP. That was last weekend.
Monaco GP.
Yes, both begin with them, and the Indy 500, of course. We know who we're cheering from. We're cheering the good old Max Chilton on, aren't we?
Yeah, Max Chilton, greatest F1 driver in history.
Max the Snail, of course, referring to, of course, the McLaren Honda engine.
I mean, Alexander Rossi was also a manor driver.
Yeah.
The difference is he's better than Chilton. Actually, nope, never mind. Chilton cannot be beat because he is the god in F1, the best driver I've ever seen.
Yeah, he's God. He's even better than Nando.
Yeah.
Indeed. But of course, let's see, of course, earlier on in the stream, Mia and good old Alan did reference about Indy 500 and what happened after qualifying, if you didn't know. I'm assuming you know what happened after quali. No? You don't know what happened after... Did you not know what happened after quali?
Oh, no, I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you.
So, did you not know what happened after quali in Indy 500?
Oh, yeah, we heard. We were talking about it.
Yeah, about Scott Dixon, and he got held at gunpoint.
Oh, I heard that. Yeah, I did hear that. I did hear that.
Yeah, that's.
And wasn't there some other? There was another one guy as well.
Gt3 was with him as well
Yeah.
at the time.
Mr. Scotsman.
Yes, Mr. Dan Speed was with him.
Dario Franchitti is Dan Speed confirmed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So held at gunpoint, and then we had Sebastian Bourdais just smack the wall like really hard.
Yeah,
he's out
really
for the rest
badly.
of the season.
Bang.
Oh dear.
Yeah, there's a similar crash like that last year. I do believe it was either last year or 2 years ago with James Hinchcliffe at Indy. It's very scary incidents at Indianapolis, but
Indeed,
Yeah,
I think that
200
is the fastest track on the calendar, isn't it? Technically, isn't it? Nearly.
it used to be Fontana until they took it off at the end of 2015.
Yeah, of course. Well, the one track I just love to see on there, for no apparent reason. I just always wanted to see what happened if they had Daytona and IndyCar. That would be probably a bad accident, in my opinion, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Batman's got a penalty.
We had the news earlier in the week. Project Cars 2 will actually have the Indy in it. So.
Yep, and old
That's
IndyCars.
exciting.
Now all we need now is Daytona and Talladega, and we're basically set, because I like Talladega, if you didn't know.
Well, we're getting Daytona.
Don't ask me why I like Talladega, I've just something about it just reminence with me, probably because whenever I watch
Because
a
it's
race,
probably different.
whenever I've watched a race run, there's
It's
been a massive accident.
Yeah. I mean, with that track, I've watched it ever since I was a little kid because, again, I was raised in a NASCAR family. And knowing, you know, my parents is that they'd always sit down and watch Talladega, and I'd always see races. It was like 5 cars deep of 4 wide in the turns. It was just insane. You don't see that in any other motorsport, really, except at the start of Supercross, really.
Yep.
Indeed, pardon me as well there for the, you could hear the temporary little burp in the back of that. That was,
Well, we can...
my
We just want Indy and all these tracks like Daytona and Talladega, just so we can say the infamous words at the start, because we've been waiting for that for years. We just want to say that. Just once. Just please. Just once. Just the once, please. Thank you. But yeah, they're bringing the old classic Indy cars. They're bringing Jim Clark's old one. It was in the... It was in the most recent one, but they're also bringing the other one, the turbine car, the 38, the pink one, that one.
They're bringing the old Force old Force India, or are they? Oh, okay.
They're also bringing like one of the early '60s ones as well.
Yeah.
No wings on it.
Well, it would be your 50s then, wouldn't it?
Well,
so it pretty much would be an F1 car then, nearly, wouldn't it? Because
late 50s, early 60s.
back in those days, it was a pretty common thing to see an F1 car and F1 teams to race in Indy 500 because it did give them points.
Yeah, that's when it counted towards the F1 World Championship.
I don't think in F1 Championship's been decided yet, though. I don't think.
No.
It would be extremely cool actually to see what happened if they would allow that was a part of the calendar. They moved like a different week, so they didn't do that and had more F1 drivers there. That'd be actually quite cool.
Yeah.
The only time you'll actually see a McLaren be good. Sorry, McLaren.
Yeah.
I mean, I know
Honestly,
you're in
the
second
McLaren
here.
McLaren IndyCar is a million times nicer and better than the F1 car.
And stuff. I mean, like.
I mean the Honda engine.
Yeah, well, it has an Honda engine.
It just,
of course.
yeah.
Of course,
They
you
can
didn't
get
know.
an IndyCar engine right.
Yeah. If you didn't know, this is something hilarious. Before qualifying, Alonso got his engine changed. Now he was interviewed about this, so and this is how it went. So Fernando, are you concerned about how your engine being changed? The response he gave.
I'm not.
No,
I'm used to
I'm
changing
used to
engines.
it. I'm used to changing the engine. The savageness of that is extreme.
He knows how shit his team is.
Yeah, it's just like he just gave the Honda engine a blank soldier and just put him to shame. Of course. He didn't know because Alonso's not here. Alonso's doppelganger's here instead. He's dyed his hair and seems to have got a bit more brighter. So seems like this person, don't know his name. I think it's can't remember. David Coulthard, isn't it?
Oh no.
Yeah.
It's because Jensen Button's back this weekend, didn't say. But I think I heard someone's door then.
I heard a great line from Formula 2 this week.
Just start
It
up
was,
and stop crying.
Yeah, oh, we got bored, just kind of stopped.
Oh. Tamburello? That's Tamburello. He's gone off.
But yeah, Formula 2, Seta Kimura was complaining of understeer, and his engineer just told him to shut up and stop crying.
Oh no.
So start him, stop crying.
And he got him the points.
Yeah, he then decided to get points, so, you know.
He just said okay, and then just kept going and got his first points. So, it
The
worked.
power of the engineer. Fred leads. Bad on some second.
Red's in the wall!
No, he's not.
Oh, Gavra, never mind, I'm just gonna wait.
Gavra.
I'm just gonna wait, there we go, he's popped back.
I don't know what you're saying. He's just driving normally for me.
Well, for me, he went through the hairpin, he hit the wall, and just kind of like rolled against the wall a little bit, and then popped back on track.
Indeed, Bort is in 7th, whole lap down, of course, well actually 2 nearly, of course, wondering this is why we aren't really talking about a lot about the racing, because, well, there isn't much to talk about.
Because there's been another awful turnout, that's why.
Well, yeah, we did have a few disconnections, of course, a few connection problems, because the president came.
Yeah, it's a pity Wolf disconnected because he was having a great old battle with Red.
Indeed,
He would have had his work cut out.
Indeed, Bort's having a bit of a wiggle woggle there. That's a new term. There's a few clouds above. It's looking a little bit overcast, but I think by the looks of the clouds, it looks to be more towards the south of the circuit. Until the camera switches around and you see that massive cloud at the front.
We're getting towards the halfway mark. Halfway mark will be 20. Well, how long was the race? 21, yeah.
47, 48
Oh,
laps
Playboy
in
spun
total,
it.
I think.
Yep.
That was at the last turn there.
Yep, last turn, easy to do. Of course, well, if you didn't know, a certain other person, Mr. Gt3, who of course is in the other group, he doesn't like that corner.
Yeah. It's a difficult corner. It's downhill, and then you gotta get it stopped. It's a lot tighter than it looks when you get on the brakes.
Indeed, I can hear something going in the background there, of some TV perhaps or something.
No, I don't hear anything.
I don't hear anything.
Must be going mad. I swear I heard something.
It's
Well,
probably you.
probably my imagination. going mad already. Oh no.
Yeah, Red 15 had a bad lap that last time, actually. Just checking
Yeah.
the times there. Either that, or Love and Sam's just be starting to go quick. I don't think that's the case, though.
Well, you say that though. That was his fastest lap nearly.
It
Love that
was almost. Well, he is going slightly quicker each time.
Sally says wanted more drivers for Friday GT3. Well, you could have turned up. Not having you in the other group, but I mean, you'd be good.
Yeah, the other group, we have Cash and Vector, which are old rivals from the previous GT3 championship, where it came down to the final race. We always talk about this race
Yes.
at
Well,
Sakito because it's just
indeed.
infamous.
The most, well, you know, for the wrong reasons, to be honest.
Yeah, Cash needed to finish 4th or above, and he kept spinning and crashing. Dropped to 4th and was getting caught by 5th, but then his car was better, so yeah.
Yeah.
But and we also saw the greatest overtake in Gavra League history when Vector went around the outside of Cash at 130R in a BMW.
Yep, yet to be beaten. Yes, someone goes up side by side up a Rouge, in which case, you know, it's destroyed.
Explosions will happen.
Yeah, well, you know, as long as it's not me and Soup going side by side up a Rouge, because I mean, if we know what happened last time, that
We know
happened
what
in
happens
F1.
when that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Last time
might do a
tried that, it was
stream
dead.
on F1 and we'll see if we can do it again properly and not die.
We only ever did it once.
And it didn't end well.
Evil pinged into space
Soup was embedded in a wall and bled out.
with the wonderful F1 2016 physics.
Yep, and of course the one and only magical barrier of doom.
Demon barrier.
The demon barrier.
Yeah. Alan, you must have experienced a demon barrier.
Yes, I have. It's not fun, but it's hilarious to, you know.
MKG is our first stopper, it looks like, in the Corvette. Of the top
No, because
7.
Bort's pitted, doesn't he?
Well, he's the first stopper that's actually in the race, let's be honest.
Good point.
Yeah. We tried F1 2016 back a while back. Didn't quite work though, because
When you mean you didn't quite work, you mean you bottled it?
I didn't bottle it. The thing wouldn't let me in.
No, because you quit the session.
I quit the session in order to join back and it wouldn't let me in.
That's how Project Cars works.
Yeah. No, that was F1 2016. It just wouldn't let me in again.
Oh.
It just broke. Now this was in the early days of the of F1 2016. It's probably better now. I'm assuming you can do it now.
Yeah.
Indeed, well, we're actually wondering about that, because Alan, you do F1 commentating on 2016. How hard is it to commentate on there? On a scale of 1 to 10.
It's actually pretty easy, because you have a lot of accessibility with the game, with everything, with Project Cars. If you leave, you can't join back. With F1 2016, you can. And it's a lot easier, because what I'll do is I'll leave during qualifying, and I'll come back during formation lap, so I don't have to race. So, very easy.
Okay, so you have to make before they get in order to properly see everything. You probably have to have a formation lap enabled.
Well, no, like, you can, like, retire during the race, but I choose to do it that way so I can see the lights in the beginning.
Yeah, well, that's what we all love to see, because we can't see it on Project Cars because they didn't put that in.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd love to give it a try again, because the other time it just didn't work. Might work next time. We'll see. I'll try and organise something. If enough people are interested, don't think anyone's going to be interested
Sally
though.
in the chat says, Soup, WRX at Leyden Sunday, I think.
Oh, Rallycross at Lydden Hill, yeah. Next round.
Oh, take that rally?
No, I think it's the actual real-life Rallycross. Lydden Hill is an amazing circuit. Very fast.
Indeed, just
It
noticing. Sorry to interrupt you. A little glitch I've just seen. If you go on board Madman Sam next time he comes around to Tamburello, look at the trees in the background. If there's someone coming towards turn 1, if you can get anyone there. So, Elitius, the trees just pop in? Bit by
Yeah,
bit?
back to the old PS1 days.
like, well, not that bad.
Pop in. Well, I guess
F1
PS1.
97.
PS1, you got really good at a racing game because you had to learn the track because it was building in front of you.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
There's one person here who I know who played it. It's called, of course, Faroko here, who as well has played it with like a Soli TS. Does he get the car? He's having a mistake. Just about. He played F1 97. Of course, if you haven't played that, it's incredible. 96 I played as well. It's basically you can see about 5 feet in front of your car, and it pops in. So it's basically, you hope there's not a car there or a wall there, and if there is a wall there, you're dead. So basically, driving around Monaco is basically like having a game of Russian roulette. You don't know if you're going to be brutally murdered or not.
Yeah, well, 97 was actually my first F1 game, and the crashes were hilarious because they didn't animate anything. So if you hit anything, the car would just lift up at the front and come back down again.
And then you had
that was
like,
it.
then you had Murray going, "He's hit Damon Hill."
Murray Walker.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Evil has said his real name on PSN to Murray Walker, and his profile picture is Murray Walker.
I am Murray Walker.
Yeah.
My favorite ever commentator.
Good.
He's everyone's favorite commentator.
Yep, and my second is Ben Edwards.
Ben Edwards is a legend.
And then probably my third is probably, well, it's going to be, I'm not really sure, to be honest. I mean, looking back at it, I don't really remember any real standout commentators from the past that I can remember.
Crofty!
Yeah.
We don't talk about Crofty. The person who used to do, well, of course, John Watson in WEC and stuff is beautiful. Do go and check him out. Of course, the person who does, can't remember, Formula E, whoever his name is really
Jack
bad.
Nichols. Yeah, he's one of my favorites.
Jack Nicholson.
He did touring cars for
He does
a
the
while, I
BBC
think.
commentating on 5 Live as well. It's quite good.
Yeah, he does world touring cars, I think.
Oh, Red off.
Formula E.
Red is off in the
Oh,
gravel.
yeah, Red's having mistakes. He's lost a lot of time, actually.
May have to pit, I'm not exactly sure.
No, he's going to stay out for
Dan's
now.
found us. Daniel with an F. Or Dan's has found us. Is it me or is it looking cloudy?
Evil. Whenever there's clouds, you always ask if it's going to rain.
Yeah, well, you know last time.
Every single time.
It's not going to rain, then just the rain comes down.
Red is not having a good time. He's getting caught very quickly. He lost.
He got a slow down apparently that last lap. No, he didn't. He lost 3 seconds. Because he went off, didn't he?
He's off 4 seconds.
Yeah. Well, you know, we've talked so much. We've actually made some action happen. Just keep talking.
Yeah, we've talked our way to the halfway mark.
We'd do this more often if there's
which is
nothing
always
going
good.
on.
Yeah, Red looks like he's got damage, a lot of damage on the front end, but then again, this isn't accurately modelled at all, so we have that. But he's going slowly in each sector, like compared to Madman Sam, it's nowhere near.
1.4 in the first. That's the wrong button.
He's losing time rapidly. I think surely he's probably going to have a pit stop this time out. If not, then he's not going to have a chance against Madman Sam and the McLaren.
Indeed.
So, interesting developments. 43.4 compared to, well, it wasn't too bad in the middle sector. Oh, he's locked it up into the last turn again, so he's having issues. I don't know what issues he's having. Is he coming in? Nope, he's not. And now the two leaders are in the same camera shot.
Jolly good stuff there then.
So what was his previous lap? A 47 compared to a 45. Lost another 2 seconds. So tyre wear maybe a little worse than he thought. Well, he doesn't have any fear of anybody else catching him because everyone else is spread out all over the place.
The nearest car to them will be Solitius, who's just crossed the line to come into Tamburello. They're coming into the hairpin. course.
Yeah, so let's keep an eye.
Probably actually one of the most good track changes that makes a track still good. It's still quite a nice track with those chicanes.
Yeah, but probably...
You don't know why the chicanes are there. Well, we'll give you a brief explanation. Basically, 1994, you know what happened. We don't need to go into any more detail.
Pretty much.
Of course, looking at track changes, to interrupt you again. Oh, Red's gone and made a mistake.
Red 15's made a mistake.
Though then
and
again,
so
Madman Sam's got a slowdown penalty if he's not careful about that. Well,
no, he didn't get one, but yeah.
What's your opinion on the worst track change in F1 history?
The worst track, Spa.
Yeah, bus stop, or Hockenheim,
Bus stop.
or Silverstone. It's the entirety of Silverstone.
Yeah, the old Silverstone is just better.
And
Red is in.
Yeah, Red's in.
And so is Madman Sam the following.
Ooh, almost hit the wall.
Both down into the pits.
So depending on how far Sol's lead is behind and depending on how long pit stops take, this could get interesting. So Madman Sam is currently in the lead in the pit lane, and I think Red 15 might have to take a little bit longer because he's got damage. But maybe if Sol's lead doesn't come in, he will lead, but he's gonna come in.
Yep, and he is
the top 3 in.
Well, let's see if Playboy decides to come in. Getting intermediate.
Yeah, it's a long stops for everybody.
Ah, right. Dan says
out.
lap 26, lap 27 will begin rain. So rain is on the way.
Rain's on the way, and Playboy will take the lead, by the way. He hasn't stopped.
So
Playboy leads. And Red 15 is coming out of the pit lane. Madman Sam follows a ways behind. Razy is a threat for second, actually.
Yeah,
he's going to zoom by in the Cadillac, and he'll take second. I told you not to rule him out.
We won.
And through he goes. Now, he's probably not going to be able to hold on to that, but he's doing a long strategy, which will enable him to go deeper into this race and have fresher tyres.
Well, you have to think, though, as Dan says, lap 26, lap 27 is going to start raining, and then lap 30 will be going to the rain tyres.
So
can these guys stretch out another 10 laps?
Yeah, so this might be in the best interest of Playboy to stay out there. But we're going to see an overtake, and I don't think it's going to be anything too hard for Red 15. He's going to be lining up the New Zealander, and that is Razy.
Well, for once, he's like gloat about saying, talking about, is it going to rain? It is going to rain. So that makes me happy. But for me, there seems to be a popping in the distance. Looking at Red, I think there's a blimp. It doesn't seem to want to be a blimp.
Yeah, well, Red 15 got a much nicer run out of the chicane there. And will he try and move? Razy's going defensive into that chicane there, and will be able to hold on for now. American on American action. Red 15 a much nicer run out of the chicane, though. They're gonna go wheel to wheel. They bang wheels. There was contact there. They're gonna go down the hill. This is Villeneuve and what's his name kind of stuff here together up the inside. Down the inside.
We'll get him there easily.
Razy
isn't gonna battle too hard. That could have ended a terrible accident down the hill there, especially banging at that speed. However, these drivers keeping it clean there. To be honest, that's good.
Playboy still out in front by a margin of 10 seconds, which is enough if he wants to stretch this out as far as he can and see if it starts raining. I think that's what he's gambling on.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I've got the notification rain in the next 10 minutes on my controller, so that's good.
Playboy looks like he's struggling on those tyres a little bit, though, but if he can just keep up the pace, he should be okay.
Well, you know, they're only there. No, that's actually... No, that is, instead, bought again.
Madman Sam is 5 seconds behind Razy. So Razy doing quite well, and he's got the lapped car of Borch to come up. That there through goes Red. Borch will
keep out the way.
Do his best to get out of the way.
Get out the way.
Yeah, keeps it on the grass.
I think, yep, did get through. Bit of a twitch there. Razy almost going and joining Cass in the wall of no return.
The wall of fame.
The walk of shame as well. Back to the pit lane. Well, going to you, Alan. How's this race looking so far now? It's starting to heat up, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the first part of the race, it wasn't looking that good. It was just a single file race, but it prevailed over the second part for the long run. For other drivers, they got faster and they caught up to the leader to the point where two drivers pit on the same lap. They came out. They were in drivers who haven't pitted yet. So it was very interesting to see the passes going on, and now with 20 laps to go, or 19 now, it'll be interesting to see the finish.
Yeah,
Indeed.
well, it has taken an interesting turn now that Flayboy leaves this race and is actually able to keep a reasonable gap. Well, he's lost 4 seconds to Red in that lap alone. So, but it could start raining. Well, it will start raining in a couple of laps' time. So let's see how things pan out. But this will benefit Flayboy because these guys will have to stop again, but he'll only have to make the one stop. So that pit stop was probably a waste of time for these guys.
Indeed.
That
Well,
did make their
perhaps
stops.
fuel, because we know some of these cars might be running hard there, but well, because McLaren and the Cadillac, I know, have got quite a big fuel tank there, haven't they?
Yeah, well, you'd expect it with the American V8s in those cars that they would guzzle fuel very quickly. So it only makes sense that they would have a big old fuel tank, but of course that adds weight if you add more and more fuel or fill the tank up. But it will benefit you in the later part of the race once that fuel burns off. But we are beginning to see Madman Sam. He's closed right up to Razy. This is for 3rd position. And this is going to be McLaren on Cadillac. It's probably the only time you will ever see a McLaren overtake somebody. And with regards to Flayboy and Red, they're getting closer together as well. So 3 and 4, 1 and 2 are beginning to have a little battle of their own.
You know what you previously said earlier, I mean, a McLaren making a pass on someone. That actually happened at Monaco, I believe it was yesterday with Jensen Button.
Here you go. And down the straight, much more straight line speed in the McLaren, which is another sentence I never thought I'd say. And here he goes. And that puts Razy down to 4th, which is still good considering he's not made a stop yet. And neither has Flayboy, so they're both doing very well. Oh, Flayboy spun, I bloody jinxed it. Get going, man, come on, don't do this. And well, here comes Red, he's now on the back of him, so that ended.
You can see a battle here, obviously. A faster car right behind the slower one.
Yeah, Flayboy is a great defender as he's going to try and just block him straight on the apex. No messing about. And he's going to be on the inside, run right to the curb. But Flayboy will have the better line. He's got the move done, but can Flayboy come back later on? Might be interesting to see. I don't think he's going to be able to. So that's Red 15 back into the lead of this race, but probably with another stop to come. So Flayboy, he did well, even on the old tyres that he's on, to keep ahead for as long as he did, with 18 laps to go. And beginning to get interesting. So Madman Sam also closing in on these guys, closing in on his teammate, in fact, which is Flayboy. So they're 2 and 3 right now, which is a great result for them. Razy's still 4th, and Solslida is 5th. He's a little ways behind. He's catching him very quickly, though. MKG has had a spin at the first turn. As you can see, he's got it going again. He hit the wall as well. Borch is Borch, and that rounds out your grid for now.
Bort. Great return.
Yeah. Flyboy will do his best to try and stick with Red and not let him go too easily. But it will be a hard task on the old tyres, of course. Of course, the telemetry is broken on this game, so we can't actually see what compound he's gone on to. He's run wide. He's run wide, in fact, so that's going to give Flayboy another chance to come back. So let's see what can he do, or will he just try and stick behind and just see if he can force another error and not have to battle with him too much. But it's allowing Madman Sam to close up to this as well, so could get very, very heated. And there is specks of rain on the camera, so it is beginning. Now, of course, it's nowhere near time for intermediates just yet, but it depends on how fast the rain comes down. And I'm sure Flayboy is punching the air inside his McLaren right now because he knows he has a real chance now, because Red's going to have to make a pit stop again. So's his teammates, so's everybody. So this is going to change the order of things depending on how fast Red 15 can get away and how fast Madman Sam to close up to Red, possibly.
Yeah,
He's going quicker than both of them.
Putting my money right now on Razy here to doing well because he's.
Oh, Flayboy's off. He's lost it, and he's with his team. He's going to let his teammate through there into second. So, a tank slapper through the chicane.
No, I was about to say Razy and Flayboy are going to be doing really well, and as soon as you said Razy, I was about to say Flay, he crashed. So, but Razy's going to be doing really well then. I think he's going to be happy there. Did Flayboy hit the wall though? That's a good question.
No, he didn't. He just about kept it out.
Lucky little boy there then. So the rain, let's see how long it's going to take until it becomes damp enough for them to drive onto those inters and possibly the wets.
No, we'll have to see if it gets heavy enough for wets in the time that we have left.
Indeed, looking at Solitius here, who's probably just kicking himself, realising he's made a tragic mistake here and has dropped his third and he's already down in fifth.
And Razy and the Cadillac's going to be very happy because the rain really equals out the cars depending on the driver, and Razy is good in the wet as we've seen previously, so could see him challenging perhaps if he has the pace in the Cadillac.
Indeed.
Right now, Red 15's doing well, but he's actually got a slowdown penalty because he went wide. So that's going to allow Madman Sam to close up and really get things heated up here. So, as I said before, the track's now beginning to get a little bit slick. So it's going to be easy for those drivers to run wide at those turns and really get into those hooked areas that will give you a penalty if you even put your wheel even an inch offline. And Red 15's gone straight on. That's lag. Never mind. I'm going to ignore that because that surely is not right. Because he just went straight over the chicane for me and just smashed the wall, and I was like, nah, no way.
The little bar was the what? The finite number of infinity is 666. Check my channel.
No, don't. Time him out. Ban him. Anyways, back to the action. Let's see who dives into the pits first. Madman Sam does he's thinking about it. He keeps it out though. Flayboy's got to be thinking. He is going to come in. He's going to be the first to switch to intermediates. Is Flayboy. Let's see if Razy follows. Surely.
No, not ready yet.
Surely, maybe, no. Thinking about it, no. Flayboy's taking a gamble going for the intermediates. But I think he knows the weather is right for it. And Madman Sam's really closed up to Red now. So this has become a battle for the lead all of a sudden. In the few laps that we've had, that we haven't been talking about Indy cars and stuff, so great to see.
Well, they're just referring back actually. It's only looking really wet on the main straight. Apart from that, it's actually quite dry on the rest of the track right now.
In some areas there is sunlight, but in other parts it is clouding over and it is getting quite slick there. So Razy, as I said, don't rule him out. He's now back in third position. Flayboy now in fifth, and he is now surely on the intermediates. I'm not going to be able to tell yet, but because the game, of course, has telemetry and I can't really see. But it will be another battle in the pit lane, probably between Madman Sam and Red, unless one of them goes slowly through one of the corners or something like that. But yeah, in this sector especially, it is quite sunny. So it's not going to be quite as slick just yet, and Razy had a slowdown penalty, just as I was saying that he was doing well in third, and he's now going to get closed up by Solo Solita.
Indeed, well, it's going to be interesting to see the sector times here, 45 and a 45. Let's see what Flayboy can do.
Yeah, Madman Sam and Red match each other.
Solo round.
So just as I was saying, he was closing up to him, he's not anymore.
No, he's in fact in the wall. Up front, they're together. Let's see, 454, and let's see what Flayboy's going to be doing. And as Soliti is really struggling here. He's gonna be in the low 40s, maybe a third. It's gonna be definitely quicker than these guys.
Well, 14 laps to go, so there's not long left, really. And the weather's taking a horrific turn.
Yeah, Razy.
And red ran wide, red ran wide. Here we go then, Madman Sam might try it. No, red 15 goes defensive. But who's going to get the run? I think it's going to be Madman Sam, maybe. I think red just might be able to hold it. He's going to squeeze him. He's going to hold the middle of the track. And then come back and defend his position into this next left-hander. And run down towards the double right-hander. And he's already looking...
Not here.
Not here. But now we know that Madman Sam, in the changeable conditions, his McLaren is coming alive. And I think he's going to be challenging into the chicane here. He's going to move to the outside.
To the outside. He's not be doing there. We had to squeeze him low. And we just keep the middle here. It's extremely hard there. We'll be trying to maybe look at it. Perhaps they're going to come in this lap because I think they are now going to spinning
no,
there.
Tank slapper, tank
Keeps
slapper.
it together. And a sudden racing return of Alan in the background there.
Yeah, now in fairness he didn't lose too much time. He just lost a little bit. Red 15 is going to go a little bit deep. There, so let's see if they come in because it is getting slick. You can see the shine off the track and Madman lost it!
Oh no!
And Red 15's now coming into pit lane, so surely Madman Sam's going to follow now. But that's going to neutralise the battle in the pit lane, surely now.
Flayboy, what's he going to do? He's quicker in the first sector than the pair of them here, nearly. Probably a little bit slow. He's definitely be quicker.
Yeah,
in
now
the
remember, Flayboy's on inters, we assume, because he pitted before these guys. So can he challenge the guys up front? Because he's on for a podium anyway. Red 15 is coming out of his box. He's left his box.
Spat and Das.
Madman Sam should come out shortly, unless...
Yeah, out now.
No, he's coming out now. So both these guys on inters now.
Might be close between third and second here. Let's see.
I don't think so. He's a bit too far away, but he will get a nice gap to him. Depends on how far. No, he could be close coming into the corner, but I think Madman Sam's got it.
Yes, he does just have it there by about a few seconds then. Just under a second, actually.
There will be cold tyres on that McLaren, so he's got to be careful.
Yep, the number 1 and number 2 running in second and third.
But let's see if Red 15 can keep it together in the wet conditions.
Well, someone who isn't keeping together, and he's letting him through, I think, to the outside. Will go Flayboy, and he's going to try and make a swooping move here to the outside. Can he do it on the outside? It's going to be hard, and no, he can't there. So battling the two McLarens then.
So no love lost between them, as we see. Flayboy thinks he's got more pace in that car, so he's trying. Madman Sam's going to go wide. Surely a penalty there.
No, we'll get lucky there.
No.
I think he's going to let him through. He's letting him through.
He's going to go up the inside.
No.
This is going to cost a gap to Red 15. The gap's about 9 seconds.
Whoa!
And oh, dearie me, that was. And I think that's Madman Sam around. It is indeed. So he's lost it.
Blimey, that was. I think he must be a problem there or something. He swerved and then he's just got on the white line and immediately spun those rears up. So clumsy mistake then. Now it's down to see Flayboy. Can he chase the leader here?
Razy, I think, is still on dries. Yeah. He definitely hasn't made a stop yet.
No, he has made a stop, Razy. He made one like a lap later than him. And he's 37 in the first sector, which is quicker than anyone. Apart from Solitius, who's actually quicker than
Interesting.
him.
So Razy good on the in the wet.
Oh, we've got a car off. That's Bort. Turn number 1. He's gone straight off of Tamburello. Kept it out of the wall at least. So no problem.
KG going deep. Madman Sam in again.
Yeah,
so problems. I don't think they changed the tyres. I have a fear of this.
So this will be third place for Razy. So if this is correct, Soup, you get a golden star.
And through he goes. So I definitely told you not to rule him out. And here we go then.
Well, I definitely said not to all about it could be raining, and now look what's happened. So, you know.
Yeah, well, that's fair. There's spray coming out of the back now, so it's definitely, definitely pouring rain here. Be interesting to see if it gets heavy enough. Maybe they need to go to full wets.
Maybe Ramasam's already decided he's going to go to full wet, because I think it could be. I'm not sure.
Maybe he's taking a gamble.
Yeah, gamble. Dan can probably acknowledge if it is, because he knows what the weather was.
Well, it's definitely chucking it down.
Yep, Solitius running a bit wide at the second chicane. Keeps it together though, so good on him.
Well, Flayboy's going slightly quicker, but it's still quite a big gap to Red there. What's the second time it's going to be? It's going to be 46-2. A 46-2 again. They're matching each other essentially.
Heavy rain is the third slot, so it is going to become heavy rain.
So they are going to switch to full wets.
Sally's putting in the
and
chat
it is starting to become a lot more like heavy rain conditions because it's coming down a lot heavier. There is a lot of spray coming out the back of the cars.
Indeed. There's Razy skating there. Can you get the car turned in? Just about. The rear end stepping out a little bit. There's a bit of aquaplaning going on then.
Yep. So maybe Mama and Sam took a gamble and went to the full wets, or he could have just gone for inters again. We can't really tell, unfortunately. But 53 threes for both of the guys up front, but Razy quicker than the both of them, and Solslita, I gotta say, Solslita is very quick.
Yeah.
51s for him.
51. He is flying in the Corvette. Over to you, Alan. What's your opinion right now? Who do you think's actually doing well, and what's your opinion so far on your first race here at Gavra?
Well, something I have to look at, I mean, the dominant figure that Red has put up the whole entire race fell back a little bit once, like, right before the conditions changed, but again, once the rain happened, Red got out in front and has shown his dominant form with 11 laps to go, but again, this is a great first race for me. I've seen a lot of stuff and learned a lot of stuff already with Gavra, new terms like Gavlag, for an example, but, you know, I'm hoping I can return in the future and, you know, see great races just like this one.
Well, we're happy to have you on board, and we're happy we're actually getting a race, because sometimes, yeah, sometimes get those ones where there's very little drivers in, and
MKG's out. MKG is out.
So we have another retirement, but he's going to stay in his garage and stick with us for the rest of the race. Now, actually, MKG, I believe, is also in AOR, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh,
yeah,
one car is off.
Right.
Yeah, that's
the
Borge.
track.
Yeah, I believe MKG is in AOR, Bowie is also in AOR, and Vector is in AOR.
Yeah, they're all in the same thing at the same time,
They're all in the same group, I think, actually, so...
Yeah.
Doing well, anyway. The rain is very heavy in Sector 1, as you can see.
Yeah, that is MKG started so well, so MKG's joined my chat. And it is a shame that he is out of this race. 10 laps to go here, 33 to 42. Oh, was that a bit of a mistake from Playboy, losing the rear end, kept it together though. Meanwhile, Red in the Corvette, the car that in theory should only be able to do this corner here and should be able to drive in the wet. However, is driving in the wet and is turning right.
Well, Razy's doing great laps, even though he is in a probably what we would say an underpowered car.
Yep.
Setting 52s.
Well, good. The only thing is about that car, because it is actually like heavy, in the rain it will stick down quite a lot, and that is the car of Borch in the distance you can see there. That car is going to be really suited to the rain here, so we expect it to be doing extremely well.
Yeah, well, these guys have got to be careful. I'm not sure if they did switch to full wet. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. But they may have to stop again in the last couple of laps. The president's calling again.
That's bad luck.
Yeah.
Donald, go away. We don't need you.
I actually know this person. Hold on.
Trump.
Oh, maybe it's Hillary. Maybe Hillary's called now. They know the person is Hillary. Could it be? Could it not be?
If Razy was closer, he could have been a real threat. But Solo Solita's going even quicker than Razy, so maybe Razy could have a challenger for the third position.
Well, the gap is only 70 seconds. So, in theory, it could be. Mama Sam is behind these lot, so after making double pit stops, and he's currently going quicker than all of them as well, actually. He actually is the quickest.
No, he's not going as quick as Razy.
No,
Never mind, he is.
That's Bort's getting out of the way again of another car.
So the gap between Flayboy and Red is 9 seconds. It's pretty much been held at that for a couple of laps now.
Indeed, Razy having a bit of mistake, though. I have to say, since I've upped the graphics on my TV a little bit, everything's looking a lot more crisper for me. That is really good to see. I mean, you can't see what I'm saying on my screen.
And Borch is around again.
Yep, Borch, Borch.
He's around again.
Borch.
And he's got going.
The McLaren doing well. A beautiful shot there of the railer coming through the spray. Extremely beautiful glow from the back of the number. What number is he in? I think it's number 2. It is the number.
Razy stopped on track. Razy has stopped on track, and he. Never mind, it's Gavlag.
Oh, don't let us think about the another Cass.
He just came up to the corner Soul Solita was going through and just stopped.
So he did a Cass, but unlike Cass, he managed to actually.
He just rolled to a stop and just stopped.
And then teleported back and you're like, oh, thank God. Let's not have another nightmare of the past.
Well, he's on for another great podium position, which was also in the wet, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
But now Red Team beginning to pick up the pace. He's done a 52.9 that previous lap. But again, it is Soul Solita, the fastest man on track right now. The man who's loving the conditions, 51.5.
The Italian in the American car, basically being Mario Andretti then.
Yeah.
The opposite way around.
And he's done a 52 that previous time. Maman Sam, with his mistake, has basically lost his chance and is down in 5th.
Oh, talking about Solitius, he's gone off at the chicane.
So that's it. So that gives Razy a breathing space.
Yeah, you said that Razy almost went off as well. So, you know.
We can't really hide from commentator's curse, really.
No, the commentator's curse follows us wherever we go.
Everywhere.
Maybe we are the curse.
Not even you guys. Like any commentator usually gives off the curse.
Yeah, like it's been really bad lately though. Like even worse than usual.
Yeah, well, yeah. As many times as I'm here, when I ever put it in the chat, it happened. I mean, you know, the last time I put something in the chat, it happened. And I was sitting there pondering. Well, that was a nice shot going to Razy. Well, Red still leads this race by a comfortable margin. He looks to be winning this race if he can keep the car on the island. Of course, that's the question. It is raining. It is easy to make a mistake here around this very nice track. It doesn't not very often you see it raining at San Marino, is it? I can't remember the last time I saw a race here.
No, it tends to be quite warm because it's situated bang in the middle of Italy. Its own country. San Marino.
Of course, yeah, like Alan did say, it's not actually in San Marino, it's just very close to it.
Yeah, well, it's called San Marino Grand Prix for some reason or another.
So they could have 2 Italian Grand Prix, technically, because, you know...
Well, technically it's not.
Technically...
Yeah, I mean, what he's trying to say is, like, trying to have 2 races in Italy, but you can't have the same Grand Prix name, so they named it San Marino instead.
It's like Nürburgring is the European and, you know, Hockenheim was the German.
Yeah.
So it gave San Marino something to claim as their own, and that's all they have in the country.
I guess.
Yeah, well, they have...
that's all they have.
They have the San Marino MotoGP track, which is in San Marino.
Thankfully.
And that's all they have.
Yeah, apart from that, that is all I know that's in San Marino. And probably a lot of pasta and pizza as well.
Stereotypes.
Yeah, well, you know, we stereotype Wolf's internet as being terrible. I mean, it is, but I mean, you know.
It's just well, that's a fact.
How do we know? He lives in the top floor of Burger King, not McDonald's. I mean, you know, other brands are available. He could be in the top floor of Nando's and playing with Fernando.
Well, Red 15 actually lost a second to Flightboy that previous lap, I think.
Yep,
In the first
36, indeed, and a 46.
Razy has spun.
Could it be? No.
No, it's
no.
Gavlag.
Could it be? No.
More than half the
What is
incidents
with the
we've talked about
Gavlag today? It's
have
really
been
bad.
Gavlag.
It's never this bad.
I think it's because
To
Mr.
be fair, we
President
have 3
is
people streaming.
here. 2.
No, two people, just 2.
And it's not normally bad when 2 are streaming either. Well, that's it.
It usually only happens when Gav is here, but for some reason it seems...
Well, with the host is disconnect, and Red's hosting now. So
And he's Italian. He has Italian internet, which is notoriously bad.
it's notorious to be made out of pasta seeds,
Yeah.
so it dissolves in water if it's hot enough.
It is, the routers are made out of tin foil.
Yeah, and if it gets too hot in the water, it dissolves because it's pasta. As well.
See, the tin foil keeps the heat in, and therefore it explodes. So they have to get a new one every time.
Min rip it risk you staying about the tires party. Chin up. So it's gonorrhea. There in the thing, of course. If you didn't know, we have 2 groups in Formula GT3.
Formula GT3.
Yeah, Formula GT3, which is the new league we call, where we basically get the front end of a Formula car and make it an open cockpit. It's sort of GT car.
No. What we do is we take the roof off the GT cars and put an F1 wing on the back of them.
Yeah, and make it central cockpit.
Can I just say, Red's 15 is losing quite a chunk of time to Flayboy each time, so I think he's beginning to struggle because he's lost a second in that second sector.
Indeed. Well, Razy's still going at least. He hasn't actually disconnected yet, because despite the lag, he's still going.
Now he's doing well.
Yep, doing good. Just keeping up. So it's going to be the Corvette and the McLaren, then the Caddy and the Corvette, then the McLaren, then an Audi, and then of course only 6 people in this race.
Red 15's made a mistake into turn 1. He missed his braking.
We'll get away with that, Lola. Let's see if Flayboy can get it correctly. Of course he can.
Gets it beautifully.
McLaren, the German. I'm pretty sure Flay is German. Do quote me if I'm wrong.
Yep.
He is.
He is. Lives near
yeah.
Hamburg.
Which, if you don't know, is where Vettel is and where basically quite a lot of the F1 drivers are born.
So, Playboy now beginning to feel like he has a chance, because Red 15 is dropping away like a fly.
Indeed, Red 15 is dropping. Yeah, I like that. I've got that pun.
Yeah.
2 seconds nearly. 5 seconds and only some 4 laps to go. Maybe not 6, but you know.
Yeah, but he's dropping time very quickly.
Indeed. So, is Flay going to be slated and going to be covered in a red flood? Or is Red 15 going to be flying behind the Flyboy?
Yeah, Flayboy took a win in pre-season, if I remember. He was also the winner in the wet race. I think.
Indeed. I'm pretty sure he was. Of course, Razy, the New Zealander, Bowie, New Zealand.
Yeah, just so you know, Alan, Bowie thinks Australia and New Zealand are the same thing.
Oh no.
So,
it's like saying America and Canada are the same thing. I mean, they're not. If you say they are, you'll be brutally beaten up. I would know this.
Yeah.
Because I watch WWE, and every time they go there, it's a lot of problems, because all I see is a lot of weird signs saying...
So it was a 56 versus a 53. So he's lost 3 seconds in that lap alone.
3.6. The gap's 4 seconds, so he's going to get him.
He is going to get him, and this is going to be a very, very interesting climax.
Indeed. Well, I don't want to rain on your shoe, but you know it's raining. I'm raining on your shoe because I don't know where the commentary box is. Where is the commentary box? Valid question.
I think it's over the main straight.
Has he got good windows?
I think so. They're a bit steamed up now, but I think they're well, we're now staring at our screens because we can't see out the windows.
Oh no, yeah, there it is.
Everywhere.
It's last year. It's not the tower. Oh no, it is the tower.
Yay! We're in the tower.
The Tower of Gab.
And now Flayboy can see red. So
Yes, indeed.
can see red 15 and is now seeing red. So he's now got his eyes firmly focused on the back of that Corvette. With almost 3 laps to go, Flayboy has driven an incredible race and he's now about to challenge for the race lead.
Yep. Indeed.
A man who we didn't think was going to be challenging, we thought it was going to be the other guy, Madman Sam, who's now actually called to Sol Solita, actually.
Oh yes,
So
yeah.
now he's...
blistering pace. He's 51 compared to 53. So Madman Sam is actually the quickest man of all time here now.
Yeah, that is true. So we'll keep an eye on the race up front, of course. But we're now going to shift our attention to the battle for 4th, as Madman Sam is trying to make a recovery. And this is the closer battle, of course.
Through the chicane, it looks like that they get great entrance because I remember in qualifying we saw a lot of people missing the braking zone for that. So it's great that a lot of drivers have accustomed to the braking zone there, but with only a couple laps to go, it's only going to be a matter of time before Madman makes a move on Solita, I believe.
Yeah, well,
No,
you say that, oh, for God's sake, Alan!
Ah, commentator's curse.
Literally! You're fired! Just kidding.
No, no, should be all
That's like
fired.
the worst example I've seen.
I do that all the time in like the series I commentate in.
Wow. Well, the gap's now 2.4 seconds between Flayboy and Red, and there's almost 2 laps to go. So he's going to catch him on the last lap at his current pace. This is gonna get interesting for round. And remember, this is only round 1, so hopefully we'll see more of this.
Yep, there's another
They've
20-something rounds to go technically. So we've got 2 groups, so technically I'm correct in saying that.
Yeah.
aren't I?
Well, there was a difference of 7,000ths of a second between them in the middle sector there. So maybe Red's now fixed his issue and trying to get on the charge, but he's
Well,
then again he always loses time in that
I want to
first
say,
sector.
Les,
So
just interrupt you soon, just dramatically. No, you said about Madman Sam would get he's going to get past Elite. He has got past him, by
well,
the way.
he actually did. So
He did actually. So.
Flayboy spun it for God's sake!
Oh no! Still gonna keep second place, but that eliminates
done.
any shot of winning.
I'm done.
Super Cooler is now offline.
Why couldn't you just keep it on the track?
Since we all have commentators, curse, why don't we just say Red 15 is having an absolutely phenomenal race? It looks like nothing can go wrong.
Nothing could possibly happen to this Corvette. Nope. Definitely not. He's definitely not on the dry tires right now. He's definitely not going to go straight on at this corner and spin wildly.
He just
I
suddenly
wanna see
stopped on
Gavra.
my screen then.
Hey, Red
like,
15,
my,
don't
just, like,
crash into
inside.
Tamburello.
If he did that, then you are sacked, because that would just be horrible. Has anyone died at Blanchimont?
No, well, that's also a running joke that you'll have to learn, Alan. Don't crash into Blanchimont, because we said to a guy, don't crash into Blanchimont, and he literally crashed into Blanchimont a second after.
Well, you know, see if Playboy can perhaps try and get somewhere.
Well, he's 8 seconds behind now, so all the
Yeah.
time he gained, he's lost.
Yeah, well, I can dream.
Well, we're about to go into the final lap of the race, and Red 15 is just like he's been lucky. Let's be honest with Flyboy's spin, so he's gonna come across the line to start his final lap. All he's got to do is keep it together for one more lap. Nothing could possibly go wrong.
Oh no.
Definitely not in a rear-wheel
He runs
drive
out of
Corvette.
Anything can happen in
That'd be
motorsport,
hilarious.
and it usually does.
Yes.
Yeah, it definitely usually does. That's your cue to spin off.
I'm expecting to look at the next car and then go back and he's in a wall or something on fire in the rain, and it's like confusing.
Well, make sure to vote for your driver of the day in the chat and let us know who you think is going to take your vote.
Alright, taking Razy there, who suddenly popped into first for a second, and that really confused me for like 0 seconds.
Yeah, I would also go with Razy. Definitely the master of strategy as usual. Got himself to third, and he's in a car that's definitely not meant to be in third.
So, meanwhile, and I'm not going to do that, joking.
No, that's the same
Well,
corner
something
Cash
happened.
did. That was the same corner Cash crashed as well. So coming through the final sector, or about to come through the final sector, is Red 15. Did he win any races in pre-season?
Yeah.
I've never seen him win a race, so I'm going to say it's going to be his first victory. So
long as
he
he
can
doesn't
correct me if I'm
disconnect
wrong.
now.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is going to be Red 15's first victory in the Gavra League.
Indeed. Well, Alan, you can do the honour of declaring the winner here. Go on ahead.
Thank you very much. Okay. Penultimate corner to the final corner now. Rounding it is Red 15 in the Corvette. A dominant run today. He's shown his skill here in Imola in the dry to wet conditions. Lights flicker as a first-time winner in Gavra. It's Red 15 taking the checkers at Imola.
Boo. Well,
Flavor finished
well done
second.
to Red 15. It's always nice to get your first win. Flayboy, great drive from him.
Oh,
He's gonna come
Razy's
across
gone
second.
off.
No, don't! Stay on the track. He's going to come through the final corner. Come on, just stay on the track, please. Yes, he's done it. Razy is going to get a podium here today. The New Zealander, driven probably an astounding race, did the strategy perfectly and comes across the line in third. So well done, lights flicker, and across the line he's got it. Madman Sam's going to disappointingly come across in fourth. Probably could have been better, made a mistake though, and mistakes are costly at Imola, as he found out. He is going to come across the line in fourth position. And Solo Solita probably could have been better, but was passed by Madman Sam. He's going to finish fifth. And down at the back,
It's sports.
it's Borch.
It's your boy. It's Bowie.
5 laps down.
Well, I think he's coming to a stop.
He's done
He's
done
run out
well
of
though.
fuel.
He's done well
What's he doing?
to keep it
At
together
least you
and
tried.
finish. Yeah. The teammate of Wolf, actually. He's Wolf's teammate. So,
Yep.
oh dear, he almost crashed.
Almost.
Well, I think Wolf could have challenged for that victory here today. Well, of course, his internet didn't help him.
Of course,
but
the
Red
president
15,
dealt with that. Oh,
and Red 15's actually going to hit him on the way to the line, and the AI is not
Oh, it's
happy.
gonna be a battle. Come on.
No,
Oh,
no, he's going
well
to dive
done
into the
with
pit
this.
lane. But Borch is actually going to finish here.
Somehow.
And is
Oh, no,
well,
off the track.
He's going to hit the wall and come across the line.
And
okay.
6 loads.
And that is the Friday GT3 over and done with. Great race, and driver of the day surely is going to be Razy with that incredible drive to third. Flayboy
Now
also a
it's-
great race from him.
Now I just have to wait for the countdown, knowing that 4 cars are tired in the race, including the commentators.
Yeah.
yeah.
Project Cars Fixie Gang.
Yeah, well, out of 10, I'm going to rate that a solid 6. Of course, the beginning was basically like Russia, and the end was like Russia in the rain.
Yeah, pretty much. And then he spun.
And then, like, fireworks go off and like, screaming, and, like, you know.
Yeah. So I think he just got a little bit too excited, got on the power a little bit too much, and
Oh, what's Bortz?
around he went.
Bortz has died.
Yes, he has in fact died. Don't tell me he retired on the
He's retired.
On the wow.
Oh.
Wow. So he retired on the out lap, on the finish lap.
Yes.
You have got to
Good
be
job.
kidding me.
He's done the opposite of a McLaren. He's retired on the finish lap
So
instead
that
of the
means
opening lap.
technically,
he didn't.
there's
finish.
only 5 finishers
No.
classified.
Interesting. Okay.
No, because
Well, 6 finishers, 5 classified.
would be 3 to the end, and he's actually the 4th to the end. So no, he's not actually.
He's not classified. Bort, you done a boo boo. He's
Do you
done a
guys
boo-boo.
do interviews in Gavra?
No.
Well, I don't think an interview with a guy who speaks no English would work.
Okay. I was gonna say,
Sometimes
like,
we can.
I do that in other leagues, and I don't really have the time to do an interview, so I wasn't sure.
No, we don't. We usually don't.
Well, I'll have to say one thing on that bombshell. It's time to end, I think. To everyone here
Yep.
who's been with us, and
See you
to
Monday.
Soup, who's alive and back, and to Alan, who joined us for this first time, who did a brilliant job.
Well,
We'll
before
see
we
you
go,
next
how about we
time.
ask him?
No, yeah, how did he find it before we end
What do you mean? Like, how did I find it?
the
Like
voice?
the first commentary. How'd you find it?
Again, like, what do you mean by that?
Like,
First commentary for the Gavra League. Okay, I think yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, good. Ended on that. He doesn't
and
know.
on
There
that
we go.
bombshell, it's time to end. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time on BBC World.